what your perception of the masculine and the feminine energies on the planet. From my perspective, it seems like the masculine and the feminine is out of balance, not only through the collective, but also with us as individuals. And I'm curious about your perspective of this.
Yes, unfortunately, the so-called modern civilizations have tried their best to obliterate the feminine. They cannot obliterate, so it's shrunk. When I say obliterate the feminine, if we have to put this into a very simplistic understanding, it's a complex process because it manifests in a million different ways. If we have to make it very simplistic, everybody wants to expand and enhance their lives. If you have to enhance your life, if you look at life from a physical perspective, you must have that. It may be an object, it may be a mountain, it may be a human being. I want that. This is enhancement. Something that's not mine, I want to make it mine. There are two ways to do this, either by conquest or by inclusion. So, inclusion comes from the dimension of feminine. Conquest is very masculine. We can use this context to look at everything. There are many other more beautiful ways to look at it. Day after tomorrow, the Navaratri starts in India, 9 nights. This is completely dedicated to the feminine. It's a big festival across the country, so much cultural events and things, even in our yoga center, 9 days of celebrations. This time, people are not allowed, it's all online, but celebrations, music, dance, everything is happening. This is a time, whether you're a man or a woman, you do all the feminine things. Men will go out and make designs on the floor, they will sing, they will dance, they will make music, because the idea is, this time is coming after the this autumn equinox. This is the time of the feminine. So it is celebrated in a big way, 9 days, there are 9 different types of goddesses. Fierce ones, terrible ones, beautiful ones, compassionate ones, very strong ones, all kinds. So if you look at many goddesses in India, this is something we must… which is completely missing anywhere else in the world, is many of our goddesses are like Rakini, Dakini, Lankini, Chandi, Chamundi, Chinnamasta, Kali, like this, if you look at them, they are fierce, blood dripping out of their mouths and, human skulls hanging around their neck and all that kind of imagery. Why this is done is because a whole lot of times, right through history of humanity, when a woman gets little strong, she is always experienced like this. She is troubled, she must be beaten, she must be burnt at the stake. All this happened because she exhibited certain strength and it comes out in a certain way. So normally the term that is used in English, she literally bites your head off. So those ladies, the Indian goddesses, literally bite your head off, not metaphorically. But they're worshipped. Because the understanding is this, that what human competence is, what human intelligence is, what human genius is, need not be surrendered at the altar of good behavior. Good behavior, you can train your puppy for good behavior. The important thing about the human being in this limited amount of time and energy that we have, the highest possible genius should find expression. How it finds expression, we don't know. But that is more important than good behavior. This is why these goddesses are worshipped, they are not good behavior, for sure. But they have a certain power, they have a certain genius, they have a certain capability. So you never surrender those things which will transform life for good behavior, which is just a pretension. This is not a license for you to behave whichever way you want.
Wear a bunch of my French skulls around my neck because I bit their head off. Is that okay? So acknowledging the suppression of the feminine and how the Indian culture, which I absolutely love, thank you for sharing that, has a time where it's honoring the feminine through the creativity and the intuition and the playfulness. I'm curious, in our everyday lives, the feminine runs within men and within women. This isn't just selective women. How can we support and activate the feminine within us as individuals to support the rebalance of the planet?
See, feminine should not be mistaken as female. Female is a gender issue. Male, female is a gender issue. Feminine, masculine is the nature of the universe, the nature of creation is between two polarities of masculine and feminine. So, do not identify feminine with just women. Do not identify feminine or masculine with just human beings. It is everywhere. It is for you to recognize between these two polarities creation happens. Physicality cannot happen without polarities. Anything physical needs a polarity, light and darkness, silence and sound. Even if you take electricity which we are using right now, positive, negative, otherwise there's no function, all right? So, it needs to be looked at in a broader way. If you're just thinking of this as, oh, okay, women can do this, women can do this, it's not about women. Feminine is not about man or woman. It is about the nature of life. If you have them in equal proportions, people will live a more balanced and fruitful life. Otherwise, they will live a very skewed life. Right now it's becoming like that because largely the structures of the society and the financial mechanisms and whatever else in the society which rules today's world is all created to fit a male into it, which is largely masculine. Now women want to be successful, so they're acting more masculine than men themselves. They are also like this. This is not the nature of the woman to do this at somebody, all right? But it's become like this. Now she wants to do all those very terribly masculine things. Well, the true loss to womanhood happens when we lose femininity, when we lose the value of feminine in the society. Unfortunately, some societies are moving in that direction. It's important to bring back that both these things are very, very valuable. Without it, we cannot be born, we cannot be nourished, we cannot be anything here.